So let's get into that testimony, man. The time that you finally said this is real. You know what I mean? That like God is real. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Let's
Right.
get into that.
Right. Hey, so you want me to paint the whole story, or you just want me to get straight to the story?
Now paint the whole story. We want
All right,
context, man. We want context around here,
yeah,
man.
So context, man. It was a time where I feel like Portland was going wild in that season, bro, because we were doing so much. So much was happening. One of our little homies got killed. And that just set us off, bro. Set us off. It was every night, bro. It was literally we riding around every single night doing shootouts, doing all kind of stuff. And let's see. It got to a point where everyone, this is crazy, bro. All the homies that was like really active doing something with me that was in my circle ended up getting either locked up or killed. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, bro, it was, and then I think one of the homies went out of town for a minute. So this at this time period where I had this encounter with God, it was literally just me out by myself, riding around, walking around really, because I ain't even have no vehicle, walking around on these buses and stuff, man. And so I ended up going to one of my friends' house. It was probably like, well, I'll say I was leaving from their house, and it was probably like 12 p.m. So broad daylight outside on a busy intersection in Portland. And I'm standing at this bus stop, and I hear God tell me, I got a pistol in my backpack. I hear God tell me, if you continue to live your life the way that you live, you're gonna die today. Literally. And I can't remember if the voice was audible or if it was in my head, but it was so clear that I didn't even really think about that. You know what I'm saying? But right. So I hear the voice. I hear, if you continue to live your life the way that you live, you're gonna die today. And I'm thinking, like, I'm feeling weird. I'm like, what the heck? Heard it again. If you continue to live your life the way that you live in, you're gonna die today. The next thing you know, I'm looking around, and something told me to look to the side. So I look to my left, and I see a car coming up, and it's two people in the car. And I'm like, I'm not in the middle of the block. I'm kind of like close to the block, close to the corner. And I see this car coming up, and I noticed the car. I noticed who was in the car, and it was two cats that I knew, I had active beef with. So they locked eyes on me. And as soon as they see me, they turn the corner, scratch, hit the corner. And so I go to reach into my backpack to grab my pistol. I drop my backpack, go and reach and grab my pistol. And I heard the voice again. If you continue to live your life the way that you're living right now, you're going to die today. And man, I'm telling you, I'm not saying this as a dude that was in church in the moment. I was active. I was in the streets, and I was like legit, not even saying it to brag, but I was legitimately like active. I was legitimately banging. And
you weren't raised in the church or nothing like that, right?
I wasn't raised in the church. No, I wasn't raised in the church. Right. So this is something that's like, okay, this is real. So I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? Because I was like thinking to myself, I'm hearing this voice, and it's telling me not to do that. So what I said to myself, I'm like, if I don't pull out my gun, I'm gonna die. Like, they're gonna kill me if I don't pull out my gun. And so I was like, what am I supposed to do? The voice said, get on your knees and worship. And bro, when I tell you, okay, this is the thing. So because I know I'm just saying this, and it's kind of like, oh, you heard a voice, you heard it, Bro, when I tell you, this voice was so powerful that it felt like the world stopped. Nothing else mattered. Like it tuned out everything, every noise. It was clear as day, and it was powerful. Yeah. It was a voice like you heard thunder? Yeah. Like thunder can't compare to it. Right. Like the type of authority and power and energy that it carried, thunder couldn't compare to it. Right. So it's like it's a type of voice that you freeze. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even really, function. And so I ain't got no choice but to listen to what this voice is saying, bro. Because I'd rather deal with the wrath of the cats in the car than to deal with the wrath of this voice. You know what I'm saying? That met me on the street corner.
Coming from.
You know what I'm saying? Like that met me on the street corner. I'm cool. I ain't choosing the yeah. So man, I get on my knees, bro. Get on my knees and start crying out, filled with emotion, crying out in broad daylight on the corner. So I hop up afterwards, and I don't know, I can't even remember how long it was I was down there. I hop up afterwards and I start walking in the opposite direction of where the car turned. And so as I'm walking, I'm dragging my backpack on the ground with the pistol in it. Like I just didn't really know what to do. I'm just like, man, so I'm dragging this backpack on the ground.
Right.
And something told me to turn around and just look. So I turn around and look, and the car pulls up to the corner with them in it. Car pulls up to the corner. So I turn around, I'm just looking straight at the car. They make that right turn and come towards me and don't even look in my direction, bro. I'm looking at them. I look at both of them driving by, and I'm just like watching them drive by, and they didn't even, it was like I disappeared, bro. It was like I wasn't even a thought. Like whatever happened just didn't happen.
Wow.
So I'm like, bro, what the heck is going on?
Crazy.
Like, I know him. I know he wants to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know this cat is someone that we got beef, and this is happening. He seen me, and then now he's like not even looking in my direction. So I'm like, okay, I need to, man, this is weird. I need to go home. So I go to the house, take a quick nap. I fell asleep for probably like 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, right? Hop up, and I'm like, man, was that real? Did that really happen? Was that real? Like I felt scared. I was scared, bro. So I was like, okay, I need to be around some people because I'm not trying to be alone in that voice come again.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my auntie house in the hood. So I head to the hood, and this time I put my pistol on my hip. So I hop on the bus on my way to the hood. And as soon as I get off the bus, some cats that I didn't even actually get up fully off the bus. As soon as I pull up to the bus stop to get on the train, some cats that had shot at me the week before were at the bus stop. And they started banging on me, throwing up their hood, whatever. So I'm like, I go automatically back into bang mode. So I'm like, what's happening? Pull out. They already had their guns drawn. They already had them pulled, like they had them at their hip. They had them in their hands. And so I like hop behind this little thing and cock one back and then come out and point it. And there's like people. It's broad daylight, bro. There's people all around the train station because it's on 122nd in Burnside, right where the train station and the buses meet. And so there's people everywhere. So they had ran. So when they come back, the dude basically I turn around and the dude got a pistol to my head. Turn around, literally look, and the dude got his pistol to my head. So I grab his pistol and we start wrestling over the pistol. And I end up like one of his other homeboys pulled out the gun and pointed it at me too. So I end up like putting my finger on top of his finger and started letting off all the shots at his homeboys with their pistol. And then he dropped the pistol and ran. Once all the shots were out, I pulled out my pistol and started shooting at him. And then I dipped, right? Ran out. I didn't really know what happened. People were calling me like, oh, bro, 2 people just got killed on Burnside. Do you know anything about it? I'm sitting there like, dang, I just smoked them, but that's what they get. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I went all the way back into that mode. Nothing, nobody ended up getting killed. Nobody even ended up getting hit. But they ended up telling on me and telling the police who I was with a pistol. And I ended up like one of his other homeboys pulled out the gun and pointed it at me too. So I ended up like putting my finger on top of his finger and started letting off all the shots at his homeboys with their pistol. And then he dropped the pistol and ran. Once all the shots were out, I pulled out my pistol and started shooting at him. And then I dipped, right? Ran out. I didn't really know what happened. People were calling me like, "Oh, bro, 2 people just got killed on Burnside. Do you know anything about it?" I'm sitting there like, dang, I just smoked them, but that's what they get. They ended up telling on me and telling the police who I was and all that stuff. And so for 3 months, 2 to 3 months, I was on the run, right? In that time period, though, I was like, I'm still in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't coming outside, bro, because I was afraid of the light. Like, genuinely, during the daytime, I didn't come outside. Not at all, bro. I was afraid of the light because I knew in the back of my mind there was still that conviction of that voice. And I knew that voice can pop up anytime. So I ended up going to prison, and in there was just a level of freedom that came and rest that came that I no longer had to like fight for my life. So if I would have been like, hey, y'all, white flag, I'm done banging. You know what I'm saying? Like the cats that and all the stuff that I did, bro, at that point, like that fresh, they wouldn't have gone for it. It would have definitely been something ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I think that God like allowed me to go sit down for a while to like get my head on straight so I could really like be a warrior for God. You know what I'm saying? Because it was too much temptation. It was too much struggle and all that stuff going on in the streets for me to be out there. And in that time period, I read the Bible every single day. I was in my word. I still had some encounters, you know what I mean? I got into some fight. I spent the last 6 months in the hole for fighting, but it wasn't like fighting like I'm just trying to be wild. Like it was like stuff that I just really couldn't avoid. You know what I'm saying? I ran into someone that killed one of my friends, and there was a part of me that was just like, there's no way he's gonna walk around with me in here and he even killed my partner that I got tattooed on my arm. You know what I'm saying? So there was this conflict where it's like, I want to be a man of God. I want to follow this Bible, but at the same time, like I ain't letting no passes for nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but in that time period, bro, I feel like that's what developed me theologically, bro, like getting into that Bible and being able to study his word to the point where when I got out, fresh out the hole, they took me straight to the airport because it was a condition of my probation to come out here also to Texas. Fresh out of the hole from 6 months in the hole, 23 and a half hour lockdown at OSP with one of the grimiest prisons in Oregon. And straight on a plane headed to Texas. It was surreal. And then got out, bro, and been living for God ever since, bro. Went into juvenile ministry, you know what I'm saying? Going to juvenile facilities, speaking to the young men, encouraging them for the same change, bro, discipling young men, like all of it. And they live in Orleans. Watch out when they blow. Anybody's a target. But it's time to start again. Take a look at the harvest coming straight out of darkness. I was walking dead, tales from the crypt, till Jesus came, freed me, snatched me out of hell's grip. Big stick on the hip, right round with posts. 5 deep in the form, right round with snows. Was like I sold my soul, all for a bag. He paid the cost to be the boss. Christ brought it back. Yeah. Now I'm a new creation. See